Welcome to Enter21. We are back with another little interviews in a series where we invite speakers to come along and tell us what we might expect of their keynotes in January 2021. I'm delighted to welcome Anna Kofoed to the stage today. Anna is Senior Vice President for Retail for Northern, Eastern, Central and Southern Europe at Amadeus. Welcome, Anna.
Thank you.
I can also reveal to our audience that, as it happens, Anna is like myself, a Dane. I mention it because it doesn't happen that often.
Very sweet.
And although that is a lovely note to share and something for us to share with the audience here, I think because it is such an international audience, we shall conduct the interview in English. So welcome once again, Anna.
Thank you.
Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about your role at Amadeus, please?
Yeah, very good. So at Amadeus, I head up a business where we serve the needs, the technology needs of retail travel agencies, which are travel agencies that have a physical presence, but most of them also have online presence, and they serve both business and leisure most of the time. So that's where we try to ensure that we can help these agencies grow in the future.
And there will be plenty to do going forward. I know you are a very busy lady indeed. With the arrival of COVID, obviously everything has changed, not least in our own industry. And I wonder if you can summarize how Amadeus is approaching its technology roadmap, and maybe specifically if we look at the whole aspect of digital transformation, please.
Yeah, I think digital transformation is very interesting, no? Because it was definitely something we were already talking about before COVID, but there's no doubt that this is accelerating, no? And there's a bit of a fun fact about how many searches Google is seeing as to people who are trying to learn to do something online. And that continues to be much higher, or even today, than it was back before March. No? So there is no doubt that both consumers and travelers are changing and are expecting much more digitalization in the future. And when we look at the agencies, what we see is that numerous new tools have been introduced in the last months. You know, we're seeing much more use of Zoom. We're seeing WhatsApp. We're seeing many agencies introducing chatbots to be able to cope with cancellations, especially that was in the spring. Yeah. So no doubt there is digitalization happening, and it will grow exponentially. And what we at Amadeus do, we ensure that our platform can provide all the offers, be it hotels, air, car rental, etc., that agencies would want to be selling in all these different interfaces that they are increasingly introducing to be able to serve the traveler better.
Indeed. I guess from Amadeus' perspective, you were already on this path. And as you rightly say, with the arrival of COVID, everything has just been sped up. I'm very much looking forward to you diving into the detail of that during your keynote in January. On the topic of COVID, I guess we also have to rethink frictionless travel, right? We spoke a little bit about that recently. I mean, the nice to have versus the need to have has changed dramatically. I wonder if you would share some of your thoughts on this particular topic.
Yeah, it's interesting. Again, as you say, it's something we talked about before COVID. It's not new. Some call it seamless travel. But I think there is a very big difference to where we were then and where we are now. We were looking at the typical questions of that travelers were annoyed about. No, why is it that when I arrive at an airport after my flight, I can't check in at my hotel? I have to wait till the afternoon if I'm arriving in the morning. You could argue that that was a nice travel experience, and we definitely want to get there, but it's maybe more of a nice to than a need to. But right now, what we are looking at is how do we actually make the travel experience safe? So we are at that type of level, no, of really needing to make the travel experience more safe and more seamless and more frictionless. And that is from everything that from when you arrive at an airport, how can we avoid that people touch too many things as they go through? So we're really trying to see how can we make it contactless, no? So that when you check in, when you go through passport controls, when you board, when you get to the hotel, how can you avoid actually having to touch different parts of where you are, and really make it much more digital and through the mobile. And then, of course, we've seen in the last few weeks and months that we are talking about much more testing. We're talking about vaccines. How are we going to ensure that information travels with the traveler digitally as they go and they're allowed into countries? We have to ensure that they carry some type of health passports, and that also is part of creating this frictionless travel across the whole chain, because there will be different players in the chain that will want to know that we are okay and that we are healthy enough to travel, and that we don't have COVID. So that will be required at the airports, on the planes, as we check in at at hotels, etc. Yeah,
it's very much about obviously recreating consumer confidence. And the whole process is massively being sped up because we all want to get back to travel.
Absolutely.
But we need to feel safe when we do so.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that you will be focused a little bit on frictionless travel in your presentation as well in January?
Absolutely. And definitely it's a key topic for the keynote, but also for Amadeus as such, because we have businesses across the whole travel industry, from airport to airline to travel agencies, hotels, etc. So this is a key strategic topic for us to enable this for the travel industry.
Yeah, we look forward to hearing much more from you on that note in January. Now, I know, Anna, you are being asked to speak at so many different industry events. So can I ask you why you accepted to speak at ENTER21 specifically, please?
Yeah, I think the reason I'd like to be at this event is because I really believe in conferences where we're trying to get together different types of audiences, everything from what I see here, which is academia, to startups, to travel players, because as we've just talked about, right, to be able to create frictionless travel, we have to collaborate more than ever in the travel industry. And we have to connect up both travel providers, travel agencies, tech players in the travel space, together with academia, institutions, and the governments, right? Because this is not going to be easy to pull off, and it will require that we all collaborate. So I think this event is a good place to start having some of those conversations.
Wonderful. And that's indeed what we're trying to do, bringing everybody together at ENTER21, what this is all about. Anna, I wish it was time for your keynote already, but this is just a little teaser interview for all of our delegates to get a flavor of what's to come. So thank you very much for joining us here today. If any of you are still not signed up to join us, you can find the details of the conference here, and please do again sign up, get yourself a ticket, and be there to listen and get more insights from Anna and the rest and the other sort of keynote speakers that are joining us. We are finished with one of our little interviews here for now, but look out for more of them. And Anna, once again, thank you very much. Stay safe, stay well, and thank you for watching. Thank you.
Likewise. Bye-bye.